Okay, good afternoon. Before we start, I want to make sure everyone knows this, that I am aware of the alleged incident that occurred over this weekend. And right now we're in the process of gathering all the information. Once we have all that appropriate information, we will act in a very decisive manner, which we have proven over time to do here at the University of Tennessee. So that's all that I'll comment on that situation. Getting back to the Kentucky game, I thought a very, very, very good team win. It starts with situational football. Again, we started playing our style of defense again, third downs, getting off the field on third down. We generated 9 3-and-outs. And again, that's a byproduct of winning on first and second down, but also third down as well. So 9 3-and-outs gives you a great opportunity to control field position, which we were able to do. And that was one of the keys to winning the game going into it, was the ability to win the field position game. I thought we improved tremendously in our overall communication, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. 2 takeaways, one for touchdown, which I thought really seized the momentum, captured it, got our fans involved, and then we didn't turn the football over on offense, which is great to see. But many things we have to do to improve upon playing a very, very talented Missouri football team. First of all, our landmarks on the quarterback, we still didn't keep contained the way we need to with an active quarterback. So that has to be somewhere we have to take monumental strides moving forward. Matt Crowder, been a lot of speculation in terms of his injuries. He has a high ankle sprain and a little bit with his knee, a knee sprain. Right now, I would say he's probably questionable for the game. We'll see how he progresses throughout the course of the week. The other individual is Austin Sanders, and he has a mild ankle sprain. Everyone else returns. So those are the 2 injuries that really occurred in the game. When you look at Missouri, they've won 7 SEC road games in a row, 9 road games overall, which is very, very impressive. When you think about them, it first starts defensively. They're number 1 in the SEC in sacks, number 6 in the country overall, number 16th in the country in scoring defense, and 22nd in the country in total defense. They have the ability to dominate a football game. Best tandem of defensive ends we've faced to date in Shane Ray, which some individuals think may be the first overall pick in the NFL draft, and Marcus Golden as well. Again, when you look at the formula for truly winning in this conference, all juniors and seniors on their defensive side of the ball and really on their football team. So you can't put a value amount on experience. Return game, 12th in the country. Marcus Murphy is a very, very dynamic performer. And then offensively, it all starts with Matty Malk. Again, know Matty exceptionally well, his family exceptionally well, going through the recruiting process out of Kenton, Ohio. And son of a coach, of a head coach, and he thinks that way. He can improvise, make plays with his legs, very, very accurate. But the thing that comes to mind most when you think about Matty Malk is his competitive greatness. He's a great competitor, very, very good running backs, wide receivers, a lot of length, can go up, play the ball in the air, high point the ball, and very, very physical offensive line. So a very, very complete football team in Missouri, very well coached, very, very dynamic, and very good on special teams. So they'll pose a lot of issues for us and a lot of challenges. But again, looking forward to it. Again, we need to create a home field advantage for us, our 5th sellout, which we will need. But we have to improve greatly this week and moving forward against a talented football team. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Your thoughts on the play with Brian Randolph, and is there an appeals process with this?
There is no appeals process. A couple years ago, there was an appeal process, and it's a point of emphasis, and it's unfortunate. Brian wasn't being malicious. He was playing with great effort. running to the football. Quarterback slides. He had already left his feet, so he was actually going low like we teach him, and then the quarterback slides and he hits him above the shoulders. But, you know, it is the rule. It is a point of contention. It is a point of emphasis, so he will have to sit out for the first half, and Todd Kelly Jr. will take his place. But there is not an appeals process.
How do you think TK handled winning?
I thought he did some good things. You know, he was forced into a challenging situation, and TK prepares every week as though he is the starter, and so he's very cerebral. So I thought he did some really good things.
You thought it was maybe starting earlier in the year and maybe
Yeah.
hasn't seen as many snaps on defense. Is there a reason that maybe he hasn't been playing as much on defense?
I think just a high level of consistency. You know, what Brian and even Ladero bring to the table is a very high level of consistency. Those live game repetitions, those opportunities, and it shows. But, you know, TK is an individual who takes great pride in his performance. And I think the repetitions that he gained in the bye week really, really helped him in moving forward in the Kentucky game. No, that's Von being Von. I think that was the emotion of the game. I think that's his excitement, what's going on. You know, we understand what Missouri's all about, so it's not a big thing. It's just him showing confidence in his teammates, and that's Von. He's very upbeat and he's very positive all the time. I thought Dylan did some very, very good things, and he's been another one of those individuals that benefited from the bye week or the work week of gaining a lot of repetitions at center, so he was ready to go, and thought he did some good things. Obviously, some landmarks on the inside zone, using his hands and running his feet on contact on some of the gap schemes. But overall, I thought his snap accuracy was very important. And that's one of the things, you know, when you're having shotgun snaps, is the accuracy of that snap is critical. Because if it's to the left or to its right or it's high or it's low, the quarterback has to take his eyes off his read, whether it's in the throw game, the run game. So we really stress snap accuracy, and that's one of the areas I thought he did a very good job with.
Will you look at anybody else this week, or is he most likely going to be the starter?
If Mac can't go, he'll be the starter, but also Marcus Jackson. It's been a process all season long where we've had a lot of individuals take reps at center. Marcus Jackson will be available. Coleman Thomas played center in high school. He's been gaining reps at center as well. And again, during the work week or bye week, we've actually played Coleman at center as well. So we have a number of options there.
Josh has obviously played so well over these past 3 games. What were your expectations for him? And then what are your, going into those games, and your expectations for him going forward?
Just continue to improve, to lead our football team. It's the standard and expectation of playing quarterback here at Tennessee, making great decisions with the football. He's the caretaker of the football, and as we talk about, that football holds all of our dreams, goals, and aspirations. So just making good decisions, managing the game, and he's done an extraordinary job with that. He's making good decisions with the football. He's distributing the ball. And that's very, very important. And he's commanding the line of scrimmage now, just continuing to grow and develop week in and week out. And we're seeing that evolution. We're seeing that process. And also his leadership. Leadership comes with having some success, with having confidence. And his leadership continues to grow and be elevated as well.
Statistically speaking, Missouri will be the best defense that he's started against. It's had a long time to prepare for him. Is this going to be kind of the next step for him to do well against a defense like that?
Well, they are a complete defense, and I can read you all the statistics and the statistical information, but when you watch them on film, they're very, very well coached. They're very gap conscientious, and they don't beat themselves. They make you earn every throw. They make you earn every yard that you get. When we throw the football, accuracy will be critical because they do a great job of breaking and driving. They're able to do some different things coverage-wise because of the talent that they have in the back end of their defense. And as we all know, they're extremely disruptive up front. So it is a complete defense.
It's also been probably the toughest test your line's faced since they've kind of had this
Yes.
resurgence. How confident are you what these tackles can do against them?
Well, it's going to be a great challenge. You're looking at two NFL players on the left side and the right side, so it's going to be a great challenge, and we have to do a great job of mixing up the launch points, playing football the way we played, and then it comes down to also winning some one-on-one matchups as well. But I know they're looking forward to the challenge, but Missouri presents so many challenges for you, and there's a reason why they've had sustained success. You know, it's one thing to be successful for a year or two, but sustained success is critical. And when you look at that program and what Coach Pinkel has been able to do, they have been able to sustain success no matter what conference they've been in. And, you know, I remember him back from our days in the MAC at Toledo, and their teams always play with a hard edge, and they're very physical. Well, we were in a recruiting battle, and we actually signed his receiver at Cincinnati, who was the all-time leading receiver in the history of Ohio football. And so we went back and forth. But again, his father was the president of the Ohio High School Coaches Association, so we had a great relationship with him. And, you know, I know the character. I know that family very well. And he is a competitor. When you think of the definition of competitor, the vision of Matty Mock comes into play.
How close to 100% is Marquez doing right now?
You know, Marquez had dinged his shoulder up a little bit earlier in the week, and so the game, we had the luxury. The game afforded us a little bit to pick our spots with him to try to get him back to be as healthy as you can possibly be for this stretch run. So we weren't going to risk anything. Could he have played more? Absolutely. But it was just one of those situations where we were at the stage of the game, we didn't want to risk anything and try to use that time to get healthy for this stretch run. So we anticipate him, you know, becoming that much better.
When you're rebuilding a football program, how big is the difference in 7-5, 6-6?
Just winning. You know, I don't look at it that way. If you remember, our number one goal was to be the best football team that we could possibly be, and the wins would take care of themselves. We've made monumental strides in the culture, in the mentality. You know, our players have done everything in their preparation to put themselves in position to be successful on game days. So we've come a long way. We still have a long ways to go, but we see progress. So again, it's just continuing to become better and better. But, you know, when you win, it gains confidence, but also it's learning how to win at a professional level, not an amateur level. And all the distractions that come with winning, how do you handle success? You know, having that workmanlike mentality. We all know every game is a new season in and of itself, and that's not coach speak. You know, you look at the programs that sustain winning, they have a high level of consistency each and every week, week in and week out. There's no highs, there's no lows. You just keep, you know, it's all flatlined. And that's what we talk to our players about all the time. You know, you look at some of the individuals, you know, that have really impacted our football program. I can't say enough about Derek Barnett. I know it's been overstated, but what he's doing as a true freshman is remarkable. And he's mature beyond his years. You look at Jalen Hurd. You know, Jalen was fighting the flu bug a little bit on Saturday morning. And, you know, his performance, he continues to get better and better. Josh Malone has been slowed a little bit, but his progression, you know, the two tight ends, and Daniel Helm and Ethan Wolf, you know, can't say, you know, enough of what's going on there. And, you know, another individual who's a walk-on, Alex Ellis, he's provided some stability, you know, to our tight end position. Jay-Sean Robertson, you look at Evan Berry. I thought Evan Berry kind of changed the complexion of the game to really set in the temperament for the second half with that long kickoff return. We just spoke about Todd Kelly Jr. Rashawn Golden is making his presence felt on special teams. I could go on and on. You know, what these individuals are doing is a great sign of things to come.
John, I don't know your policy on this. During an investigation of players being questioned out of practice,
No. We'll, you know, every situation is different in and of itself. So I say no, but I'm still going to gather the information. And, you know, the thing I want to do is I want to be right rather than fast. And so we'll continue to gather information. And based on what we have at that particular time, we will determine whether or not they will practice. But if there's any thing of it, then they won't practice. And I think we've proven since we've been here that we're always going to act accordingly and we're going to act swiftly.
The investigation does involve football team members.
Yes. I'm sorry? Yep. I tell you, those game repetitions were extremely beneficial for Jakob, and they were beneficial for a lot of individuals. Kendall Vickers needed those game opportunities. Cortez McDowell, even though he's had those game opportunities on special teams, he hasn't been afforded those opportunities at the linebacker position. So having them get the live game opportunities was critical. Jakob did some good things. Now, you know, with the young players, we were misaligned a number of times. That's a point of, you know, of emphasis, and we didn't have great gap control, which playing great defense all is about gap responsibility. But now we have it on video again, and it's one thing to correct it off of practice. Now to correct it off of game video will be critical moving forward today and for the rest of the year, and then obviously into the future as well. We were just talking about that today. Very proud of Emmanuel Mosley. And he continues to put the weight on. He's one of those individuals that continues to progress and get better and better and better. And he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. And the one play that he made on our sideline on the trick play, you make that play, he had great eye discipline, didn't come off in coverage, did his job. And you know, what you look for in corners is you want length. You know, you're looking at arm span. That's very, very critical. And you could see where the natural abilities that he had with his wingspan, with his arm length, he was able to break that pass up. But he continues to get better and better. Very, very encouraged and excited about his progress. Yep. Boy, he's a dynamic running back in terms of he can make you miss at the second level, but also he runs behind his pads. He's a physical style running back. He gets the hard yards, the yards after initial contact, and he runs hard. He runs north and south, and he's proven durability over time. And, you know, he kept fighting and making plays and impacting the game. And it's hard to bring him down on one tackle. So, again, we have to swarm to the football and get 11 hats to the football, especially in tackling him. And the thing that they have on their offensive side of the ball is their running backs complement each other. Each of their running backs have a different particular skill set, and they do a great job of playing off those skill sets. Well, every situation that occurs, just like in life, I treat it as a teaching opportunity, a teaching moment. And we spend an inordinate amount of time in that, in our Vol for Life program, our character education program, all that. So, you know, we'll discuss it, but it'd be business as usual. And, you know, I'm not into speculation, but, you know, we talk about instances all the time, and it'll just be another point of contention, another point of emphasis, which it is all the time in our football program. But, you know, we have a lot on the line. We're representing the state of Tennessee, Vol Nation, the city of Knoxville, our student body, our fan base, our boosters, our alumni, and we have a lot of positive momentum and energy going right now, and we can't let that derail us.
But you guys are now a win away from being bowl eligible. Is that something you guys talk about, and does it put any more pressure on you guys?
no pressure. If we just have the goal of being the best football team we can possibly be, that takes care of itself. We can control what we can control. That's our effort, that's our energy, that's our preparation, that's our discipline, our overall discipline to execute, and we have to stay focused on the task at hand. And this has been a pretty flat-line football team all year. They've been very consistent, you know, with all the adversity that we've faced so far, the perseverance they've shown. There has been really no emotional highs or lows with this football team. They've had a workmanlike approach, and I don't anticipate that to be any different this week or the following week.
Have you heard from anybody on Georgia's staff in the last 48 hours? Any good luck texts?
No.
How much motivation is that? I mean, you obviously all have your own motivation, be bowl eligible, but the whole idea of playing spoiler, is that something y'all talk about much at all?
We're here to win and develop our football team. I don't think about anything else but, you know, putting our players in positions to succeed on game day with our preparation. And really, as a coach, the most stressful days of your job are throughout the course of the week. Is, you know, making sure your team is fully prepared. They've seen every look. They're prepared mentally. They're prepared physically. So, you know, I basically from Sunday all the way to Thursday, I'm locked in four walls in the dark watching video and being with our football team and trying to prepare our mindset, you know, our style of play, all that, just like the other coaches. So we don't even think about any other teams but our opponent in Tennessee.
29 sacks. Has that exceeded what you thought you might be able to do in that game?
I don't know if it's exceeded. We expected to be much more athletic up front going into the season. You know, when you look at Jordan Williams, who played defensive end, you know, moving him to the defensive tackle. Owen Williams has good quickness off the football. Danny O'Brien's kind of a plugger. And then you look at Kurt Magid, Corey Vereen, and then the addition of Derek Barnett. So we're much, much more athletic up front. So we thought that that would give us an opportunity to be able to impact the quarterback a little bit more. And then, you know, Justin Coleman has provided some stability for us in the nickel position. And I think one of the biggest changes defensively has been the play of Jalen Reeves-Maben. He adds a whole nother element in terms of speed and athleticism to our linebacking core. And again, he's been very consistent week in and week out.
How's Salisbury progressing?
He's progressing. He's running right now, but we don't anticipate him being available for the Missouri game. But he is making, you know, great strides. Again, if you look, and I was thinking about this the other day, there's so many great stories on his football team. And I know, you know, when you look at all of them, you know, you look at Tavares Salisbury and all the injuries that he has really been through, and he doesn't want it to end. You know, he could very well say, "I'm done," you know, I'm over, but he wants it to keep going. You look at Jacob Gillum. I mean, that's remarkable. What he's doing is absolutely remarkable, playing at this level and how he's contributing. I just can't speak enough about their competitive character, their overall character. It's important to these young men, and that's why it's been rewarding to coaches, is the affinity that they have and the drive that they have has been great to see, and all great programs have it. Yeah, Darrell Scott had broken a bone in his hand, so he was casted up. So he just couldn't carry the football. This week they're going to cut the cast down. He may go into a soft cast, so we'll know a little bit more about his availability. I would anticipate that he would be available come Saturday, but it's all in the healing of his hand and what he's able to do from a cast standpoint. But that's what happened with Darrell. I'm not in this. I said that's all I'm going to talk about.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.